Welcome to Kiki and Kivet's 90 Day Fiancé podcast. My name is Brianna.
I'm Brad.
And this is our first Instagram podcast. So, this podcast will go on for 15 minutes. And then at the end of it, we're going to ask you to go on over to Apple Podcasts and you can hear the whole episode on audio. So, this episode, I have to say, I'm just start out by saying this is a fucking awesome season of 90 Day Fiancé
It's
so
so
far.
good.
I know. Every moment that I was sad about last season because it was so depressing, it's already the memory has been wiped away. Right? And these couples, oh my God. And the mothers, who knew the parents were going to feature so prominently?
That's its own category. The mother is the crazy.
The mother. Yeah. Anyway, so let's jump right into our first couple, Brandon and Julia. And these guys are super cringeworthy, in my opinion. Don't you cringe the entire time you're watching them?
I think Julia is actually a really cool chick, but Brandon and the whole family, a mess.
Brandon and the family. Yeah, you're right. Julia is not yet cringeworthy.
Not yet.
I have a feeling she will be. Yeah, exactly. I just remember we're on episode 3 and right. I remember every other season of 90 Day Fiancé that I've ever watched. My impressions in the beginning of the season turned out to be totally not the same by the end.
Right.
I loved Colt in the beginning. I was like, oh,
you love
what
Colty?
A cute dork. At the very beginning. Yeah. I was like, oh, what a cute dork he is. And then by the end, I'm like, I fucking hate this guy. So, I mean, you just don't know. We might hate you want to kill her. No. So we shouldn't commit too much. But right now, I like her. Anyway, so we jump into this episode and they're in Washington, D.C. And I'm already triggered because, first of all, if there's anything I hate, it is A, having to get up early. B, people who book every single second of a vacation from sun up to sundown, because I like to chill and I mean, I don't mind having one or two plans, but not every second. And then 3, having to spend every damn second with somebody else's parents. She just got there.
It's crazy. I like a little bit a loose itinerary. Let's maybe check out this, we'll check out that, get a little lunch, go a little shopping, but not this. Right. We're going to the Lincoln Memorial. We're going to the Washington Memorial. There's the White House. There's this, there's that. I'm like, oh my God, this girl just got off the plane. She wants to bang her boyfriend. Let her be.
Exactly. And not only that, it seemed like there was a strict itinerary with times that they had to follow.
Very much so.
It's okay. 10 minutes of the Lincoln. Right.
Yeah, 8.5 minutes. Let's go wrangle them up. I'm like, oh my God.
That was the pushiest mother ever.
Ever.
And, I thought just Jewish moms were like that. Or maybe my mom. My Jewish mom.
I think it's
maybe it's not cultural. I'm not like that. With my son, I'm like, whatever you want to do, honey. But I'm a total reaction to my pushy parents, my mom would be. But seriously, that was a bummer. And you're right. She just wants to get down, and sleep. And it was funny because when they get together, right? I'm all about the sleep anyway. But the first thing is too, it's we see the mom and you can see already she's tense. And she's like, well, Julie was kind of jet lagged and they slept in. And I'm like, she just came from Russia. It's not from New York,
No.
I don't like her. And I feel bad for Julie. I really did. But I loved how she said it. She's like, all day we stayed together. Yesterday we stayed together. Tomorrow we stayed forever with parents. Oh, poor girl. She has no idea. I mean, next episode's going to be amazing when they're on the farm and she realizes what is happening. Oh my God.
Poor girl. No idea.
Seriously. And then she's taking selfies every 5 seconds. And you can tell that these parents are just like, what the hell is this?
They think she's so over the top. She's having a little fashion moment. Let her have it.
And she's pretty chic too. What is
Yes,
she doing
yeah.
with him? She's way too chic for that dork. You know, she's
She
too
must
chic for
find the little
me.
country, fresh kind of farm boy look attractive or something.
He looks like a child. He doesn't even look like I bet he doesn't even have pubes. That's my
Ew, he's
theory.
like 27 too. What's wrong
I
with him?
know. I know.
I
I
was
do
shocked
not
when I
know.
learned that. I was shocked
Right?
to hear he was 27. I'm like, I thought he was like 22 tops.
Seriously. But that's it. With parents like that, I think you get this like arrested development syndrome. You know what I mean? It's like you don't ever grow up
It
because
makes you
they're
look younger
making every
too.
decision. Yeah. I mean, let's remember episode 1 where she's like, look, now you have big boy furniture. I'm like,
Your
what
big
the
boy
hell?
room.
He had had like the same furniture since birth. I think that's really scary.
Creepy.
Anyway, but I was, first of all, 2 comments. Man, that girl knows how to pose. Like, I wish I knew how to pose for photos like that.
Yeah, I
She looks like a
know.
model. Why can't I look like
She's
that?
got it. Pose and
I
pose
know.
and
And she had
pose
all
and
these
pose.
angles. Like, she's all like, this one, that one. Just dying. But then the mother says she has 3 arms. One's a selfie stick.
That was funny.
I know. My friend Maria is exactly like that though. Every place you go, it's like 20,000 selfies. And she always, not just selfies, but like you have to be in the picture with her.
Right,
And I'm really
right.
self-conscious about having my picture taken, which means like, how am I here on video? Like, this is terrifying. I mean, this is why I'm drinking
You have
and
no
taking,
idea.
this is so bad. I know. We're so nervous. Can you tell people? We're so nervous. Anyway, on the audio podcast, people are going to be like, what are you guys talking about? We're on video, you guys. If you didn't know, head over to Instagram and you will see us in all of our self-conscious glory. Anyway, I was just very impressed by her posing game for sure.
I was
And
too.
his parents are selfish, don't you think?
Yes.
They only think about their own perspective. They don't try at all. Like, I don't think they even realize like coming to America for her is a really big deal.
It's a huge
Ye-
deal.
I know. And I don't think it's like that for everyone. I don't think everyone glorifies our country and I also don't think it necessarily deserves all that glorification.
Right.
But she definitely is like overwhelmed by this. And here she is in Washington, D.C. And like, oh my God, it's so
She was
funny.
excited
That's
by
funny.
it for
She
sure.
was. Although she's like, the mom's like, see that over there? It's the White House. And she's like, oh, yes, look at the big White House. And the mom's like, do you know who lives in the White House? She says,
No.
no, the president.
My kind of girl.
I know, who cares? She's like, I just don't even care about politics, she says.
They are really selfish though too, because the whole thing was like she's exhausted. She just got there, and they're like, "Okay, well, we spent half the morning running and rushing around and looking at this and that." And Brandon just wanted to go and like chill and have lunch and whatever. And the parents are pissed about it. I'm like, dude, you gotta chill. Like, let them breathe. Let them have a minute. It's bizarre.
I know, and I'm like, why even do they want to come on their little bang trip? You know, like, but I guess
Creepy.
the mom paid for the plane ticket, and that's the leverage. But if I was the mom, like, I wouldn't want to be hanging with them, would you?
No way in hell. Absolutely
Especially,
not.
does she not pick up what's happening here? That they just want to get down and naked. Especially Julia, like she seems like a really horny girl, which yeah, I support her. I really do.
Right on.
I don't like when it's only the guys who are horny. Like, I think it's good to acknowledge that women too can be horny.
Absolutely.
Girl power, right? Anyway, I thought it was so funny. But then we start to find out that not only, well, I like that. So Julia like sends Brandon to go talk to his mom about, this whole living together and not in the same room thing. So he tries in a very half-hearted way, like, grow a pair, dude. But the mom's like, well, it's very uncomfortable for us. And, you know, when you're not married and then even after you are married. And I'm like, hold up.
Did you catch
What
that
is going
too?
on? Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, shut up, mama.
And she's like,
He
I don't
goes,
want to hear
ew, ew, I don't
anything.
want to hear it. Well, then let
Then
your
don't
boy
have
move out
them
of the
live in
damn
your house.
house.
Yeah, don't. Or put them in the garage. give them a she shed
She
like
shot like
Tanya and
Sinjin.
Sinjin.
That's what they need.
I mean, put them in the barn. They have a barn. Put a heater in there. They're good to go.
It's like their white trash compound.
But I like that Julia's got this shit all summed up. She's like, well, if we don't stay in the same room, we're going to fight. And if we move out and we don't have money, we're going to fight. So,
Yeah.
like, and I'll go back. I'll go back to Russia. And I do like that her and Yara, who we'll talk about later, they're ready to go back to their countries if it doesn't work out. They're like, you know, I'm not here just for the green card. Like, I'm gonna be happy here. I'm gonna split.
Right.
More power to you, girl. But what is gonna happen with this? Do you have any? If you had to put your money on it, what would you say? Like, where's this
It ain't
going?
working. I'm not a betting man. And I'm not going to lose. So this is
I
not going to work out.
Well, definitely. But I'm just wondering, will she like? Will they get to stay in the same room? Will they move out and stay in like some one room studio? Like, I'm wondering what's going to happen.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do we know if he's ever lived by himself?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Hell. Yeah. That should be a red flag for anyone. I also did like how she was very practical. She's like, I was very surprised to hear that he had spent all his money on traveling and he has no money for the future. I don't understand this.
That's what I was trying to remember. I'm like, oh my God. So there's no money. She didn't know that. She didn't know that they were gonna not be sleeping in the same room to begin with.
Yep.
So this trip is like a clusterfuck as it is.
Sure is. So I would just like to close this segment out by saying that girl has the most perfect eyebrows I've ever seen in my life, and I resent it.
She's really pretty.
She is. I need microblading. That's my solution.
Do it.
Anyway, people, if you like this podcast so far, and we really do hope that you do because we're very insecure and you'll hurt our feelings, then please go on over to Apple Podcasts and check out the full audio podcast and do the thing, the subscribe thing and the share thing and the rate thing and the review thing. Okay. And we will see you back here next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.